That's right, folks. We are going to make an Anna Green Gables Raspberry Mojito. So the mojito has a muddled history, sort of like the cocktail itself. It is a cocktail that was originally made with aguardiente, some lime juice, sugar, and of course, mint. It was named after Sir Francis Drake, who originally was the one who conquered and plundered Cuba. And they wanted to name it after him because he was a celebrated figure at the time. Skip forward to the late 1800s, when rum became more refined. Let's call it 1862, I believe. Bacardi, originally from Cuba, was added to El Draque, which replaced aguardiente and was named the mojito. Now, the mojito has its origins in terms of its name, with mojo is the African word for spell, or to cast a spell. In Latin American countries, if you name your son Facundo, for example, or Ernesto, you would nickname him Ernestito or Facundito, a small version of yourself, so to speak. So the mojo became the mojito, a small or a tiny spell that you would cast upon someone once you served it. That's a little bit of the story behind it. You know, the mojito has got a bit of a muddled past. So every book you read 5 books, you're gonna get 10 different opinions on how it originated, where it got its name, what the original recipe was. But today, I'm gonna give you the most compelling mojito recipe and strategy in terms of how to build it so that you can enjoy this cocktail with all your pals this summer. Starting with 1 ounce of raspberry cordial. Next, freshly squeezed lime juice. Followed by our mint. This is the aromatic of the mojito, which is kind of like the signature. So you want to pick off about 12 to 15 mint leaves, just like this. Clap them in your hand. Some people call it spanking. If you're British, you might say correcting the mint. Drop that right in there like so. It's a way of being more delicate. Right, you're gonna extract those essential oils without tearing it up the way you would with a muddler. Next, crushed ice. Crushed ice, not cubed ice, crushed ice. It's gonna conform to the glass. I'm just gonna make sure that when we top it up with soda at the end, it's not gonna be overly diluted. Add your ice to your glass. Don't put too much ice. A little bit more than that. You want about 3/4 of the glass full. That's perfect. Top it with your Perrier or your club soda. All right, look at that. Oh yeah. Now all those ingredients that were originally stuck to the bottom, nicely mixed. Look at that, it's beautiful. Now we've reached the point in building this mojito where we're gonna add the rum. So, if you are looking for a non-alcoholic option, you want to stop right here. You can add, instead of club soda or Perrier, a really great ginger beer. The ginger beer will actually mimic the kick that you would get from the rum, and so I find that it's a really great substitution. We're going to add 2 ounces of our white rum. Today we're using El Dorado 3 Year. Now what you want to do is top it up with some more crushed ice. This is what's going to make it look very, very beautiful. Very photogenic for those who like to post their drinks on Instagram. Essential is a healthy looking garnish. So I like to use a bushel of mint, or a bouquet of mint, I sometimes call it. I have a couple more in here I'm going to use. So, as I said, the fresher, the better. Sweet. Then we're going to strategically place our straw right where the mint is. That way, when you're a guest or yourself, when you go in for your first sip, you get a nice burst of that mint. So it's another way of, because you're not, muddling and pulverizing your mint and extracting all those, intense flavors. This is a more delicate way of making your mojito. But you still get really crisp, fresh, minty flavor just by, again, clapping and adding your mint garnish and positioning it in just the right place. And there it is, your Anna Green Gables Raspberry Mojito. Cheers! Perfection!